Imagine being 10 years old. You arrive at school hungry, but you are not sure whether you can receive lunch. Your family earns slightly too much to qualify for assistance, but not enough to comfortably pay for school meals every day. You watch other students move through the cafeteria line while you worry about your meal account, your family's unpaid balance, or whether someone will know that you cannot pay. Should a child have to carry that burden into the classroom? I believe the answer is no. Public education is available to every child. Students do not have to prove financial need before receiving a textbook, sitting at a desk, or learning from a teacher. School meals should follow the same principle. Access to food should not depend on income, paperwork, or unpaid debt. Every child deserves the same opportunity to learn, participate, and succeed. In 2024, 18.4% of U.S. households with children experience food insecurity. This is almost 1 out of every 5 households with children. Food insecurity may include buying cheaper food, reducing portions, skipping meals, or worry that food will run out. For children, hunger can affect concentration, behavior, health, and school participation. And hungry students may be in the classroom, but not fully prepared to learn. The current system can leave working families behind. For 2026 and 2027 school year, a family of 4 qualifies for free meals if their income is $42,900 or less. They can qualify for reduced price if their income exceeds $61,500, and they can pay full price meals if their annual income exceeds $61,500. A small increase in income can earn meal assistance. Even when the family is still struggling with transportation, rent, grocery, childcare, and healthcare. The current system also creates applications, meal debt, administrative work, and possible embarrassment for children. What is the solution? My proposal is simple. Congress should provide free breakfast and lunch for every public kindergarten through 12th grade student. Every student will qualify regardless of household income. School will no longer separate students into free, reduced price, and pay categories. Annual meal applications and new meal debt will be eliminated. Schools will not receive school will also receive transition support for staffing, equipment, training, and technology. Research shows that free meals increase participation. During the federal universal meal period, lunch participation increased by approximately 10 percentage points. Breakfast participation increased by approximately 8 percentage points. When the policy ended, lunch participation fell by about 12 percentage points and breakfast participation fell by about 10 percentage points. This shows that Mio practice and eligibility rules create real barriers. Universal meals improve access and may reduce family expenses and meal-related stigma. Research also suggests possible benefits for food insecurity, diet quality, attendance, and academic outcomes. However, the stronger evidence concerns participation. Evidence for attendance and academic outcomes is promising, but evidence for long-term health and weight outcomes is less consistent. Continued evaluation is therefore necessary. The policy will use the school meal system that already exists. Congress will pass the law and provide funding. The U.S. Department of Agriculture, Food and Nutrition Administration will develop regulations and reimbursement requirements. State agencies will distribute funds, train districts, and monitor compliance. School districts will hire staff, purchase food and equipment, serve meals, and report data. Implementation will take approximately 18 months. Schools may face staffing shortages, limited equipment, insufficient food storage, crowded cafeteria, supply chain problems, and food waste. Transition grant should prioritize high-need districts. Funding could support kitchen improvements, additional staff, training, technology, and serving stations. Schools should also collect student feedback and monitor plate waste and waiting times. These challenges require planning, but they do not make the policy impossible. State and federal agencies will monitor meal claims, financial records, nutrition standards, civil rights compliance, and the use of federal funds. And unintentional errors will first lead to technical assistance and a corrective action plan. Repeated problems can lead to closer monitoring. Improperly used funds should be repaid. And serious violation could result in withheld reimbursements. However, children should not lose meals because adults fail to follow the rules. The estimated additional cost is approximately $7.5 billion per year. This is a planning estimate, not an official Congressional Budget Office estimate. Funding should come from a permanent federal child nutrition appropriation and temporary transition grants. Funding should not be taken from the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program or the Special Supplemental Nutrition Program for women, infants, and children. The proposal is realistic because it will expand the existing school meal system rather than create a new agency. School districts and state agencies will collect and report the data. The program will track participation, meal debt, administrative costs, nutrition compliance, student satisfaction, plate waste, attendance, and food security. Participation will be reported monthly. Student satisfaction and progress will be revised each semester. The federal agency will publish an annual public dashboard, and independent evaluations would occur after 3 and 5 years. Success will mean that every public school student can receive breakfast and lunch without charge. Participation should increase. Participation should increase, meal debt should disappear, and nutrition standards should remain strong. Additional burden and participation gaps should decrease. The program should also avoid excessive food waste, long lines, and district financial problems. When the data shows a problem, the policy should change. For example, highways. For highways, we will revise menu. For long lines, we will create more service stations. For staffing shortage, we will increase transition support. And evaluation should guide continued improvement. In conclusion, universal school meals will not solve every cause of food insecurity. However, they can guarantee that access to breakfast and lunch does not depend on family income, paperwork, debt, and investment. We already have public schools. We already have cafeterias. We already have federal school meal programs. The next step is to make access universal. A school meal is more than food on a tray. It is an opportunity to learn, to participate, and belong. Here are my references. Thank you.